Okay, welcome to tutorial number 4 for creating an online writing portfolio using Google Sites. This portfolio specifically is going to go over your editing tools. So I took you in here, we created a website last time, and this should be the place where you're at now. In order to edit the page, you click on this little dark black pencil up at the top ribbon, and it'll say Loading Editor. It takes you in here. We reviewed this last time. This should be pretty familiar to what you're used to in terms of your word processing program. So I am requiring you to submit a professional portfolio picture for this assignment. And in order to insert a picture, you come up here to Insert, Image. And this will take you to a dialog box very similar to anything like Facebook, where you can upload an image from your computer or you can put a web address URL. However, I would caution you, don't use the URLs in Facebook. Go ahead and download those pictures to your desktop and then upload them as a specific file, because the permission algorithms of Facebook actually do not allow you to link to pictures in that way. It's part of their privacy settings. So if you do want to use one of your Facebook pictures, you're going to need to download it to your picture library or to your desktop, and then you can always trash it afterwards because you have it in your Facebook. You don't need it on your computer. But for the purposes of getting it onto your website, that's the kind of thing you'll do. So you'll upload that here, and then you'll press OK. Now I don't actually need to add one, so I'm not going to right now. But there are several things that you can insert. You can insert links, tables of contents, you can add buttons, you can add gadgets. So there's AdSense, we've got app scripts. If you come down here, more gadgets, this will take you to a huge list of a bunch of different gadgets you can use. And, this is also helpful if you were trying to do a website that you wanted to monetize in terms of a personal website. This is another way that you could use Google Sites. They do have some options for monetizing. So that's, if you're interested, you can insert a map. So if you have a writing project that is specific to a local area or a local community or deals with some geographic topic, let's say you're doing a history paper, you might want to include a map. That might be helpful for your reader. So you can also upload your documents. This is how you'll upload PDF files of your first and final drafts of each essay. You can put charts in there. You can put calendars. You have actually got quite a few images in terms of things that you can include in your website. And then we've got formatting issues. These are looking at heading issues, subheading issues. So this is how you'll mess around with the look of all of this kind of thing. There's a specific table button. So if you've ever used a table before, this should be pretty basic. And then you can also change your layout. So we have a pretty basic layout now, but you can go up to something as complex as left and right sidebars. So it'll say switching to new layout up here, give it a moment, and now you can see I've got two boxes here and a new box here. So this is a little more complex in terms of how much stuff you want to put on your website. But do think in terms of using that negative space well, because you don't want to be visually overcrowding your viewer either. You want this to be a pleasant viewing experience for them. Remember, this is supposed to be professional, so you don't want to jar your viewer. You want to welcome your viewer into this part of your academic life. So you can see here you've got some options in terms of your fonts. You have some options in terms of how large you want your fonts. But when you're choosing fonts, remember our lessons that we've gone over in terms of serif and sans serif fonts and the rhetorical purpose to which each type of font is best suited. So you can bold things, italicize them, underline them. You've got some options in terms of text color, options in terms of the text background color, and then of course you can create links and budgeted lists from here, and you've got your central left-oriented, right-oriented layouts here. And of course, if you are an HTML person, you like working in HTML, you can go right to the HTML code and edit there. So there's actually a lot of potential to Google Sites in terms of straight from plug and play type of work issues all the way up to programming your own site at the HTML level if that's something that you would be comfortable in. So that concludes my tutorial on how to use Google Sites to build your online writing portfolio. If you have further questions, you can contact me at ttorres@hawaii.edu. Mahalo.